If you can see me, press 1. And if you can hear me, press 2. If you can see me, press 1. And you can hear me, press 2. Man, honor and a pleasure to be here. Anytime we could come together in the spirit of personal development and fellowship, it's always an honor and it's always a pleasure. You're at the right place at the right time. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. So I don't take that for granted. So many channels you could be watching. There's so many things you could be doing. But if you are here, whoever you are, trust me and believe me, it's an honor and it's a pleasure. Welcome to the #1 home for personal development, right? So if you're not here for personal development, you might be at the wrong place. This is not the #1 home for exposing. This is not the #1 home for talking about other people. This is not the #1 home for tea, shade, or gossip. This is the #1 home for personal development. This is where people come in ordinary and they leave extraordinary. This is heaven on earth. This is ministry for the abstract mind. And it's a safe space for everybody out there with an out-the-box philosophy, whoever you are, man or woman. And at heaven on earth, we don't believe that you have to die in order to get to heaven. All you have to do is be real, reflective, enlightened, accountable, most importantly, limitless. And I have a promise to you. My promise to you is personal development is for everybody. Personal development is for the babies. Personal development is for women. Doesn't matter your relationship dynamics. It doesn't matter your economic status. Everybody needs personal development, no matter where you are. And at Heaven on Earth, we believe that you can create heaven now in anything that you're doing, your finances, your health, your marriage, your friendships, your fellowships, your education, whatever you're on, you can create heaven on earth. Now, my book of the day, this is what I'm reading, posted this the other day, and it's The Science of the Akashic Field, and the author is Irvin Laszlo. And I'll put that in the chat. That's what I'm currently reading right now. And I'm in my bag right now. It's noisy outside, so I'm in my bag. A lot of people talk about the bag, and I'm with that too. But I'm talking about a different kind of bag. I'm in my knowledge of self bag, right? And it's always a good thing whenever we get to return back home. And a lot of us don't have time for knowledge of self because we're doing other things because the world is pulling us over here and it's pulling us over there. So if you have a second to really focus on yourself and really tap into your imagination, man, you're very, very lucky. So my book of the day is Science of the Akashic Field. Salute to you and yours wherever you are. When I first heard sprinkle, sprinkle, I did not have a problem with it. I laughed, right? I understood the perspective and the POV, right? When I first heard sprinkle, sprinkle, I was a little different than most guys, right? I didn't make content about it. I didn't have a problem with it because if you got it like that and your Riz can really work a dude like that and he go for it, salute to you, because it doesn't work unless the dude goes for it, right? So if you got bars like that and a dude is gonna go for it and you can get your shit off, salute to you, because I don't never ever hate the game and the way people play it, especially if they are using words and they're using psychology and energy, this non-contact sport. So if you're able to get everything that you want out of a dude, and for the bare minimum, for how you just for showing up and looking glamorous, salute to you. So I never had a problem with sprinkle. Our conversation today, though, is Drizzle Drizzle. This is what I just heard about not too long ago, and I went down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, oh, okay, sprinkle, drizzle, drizzle. Okay, this is what we're doing. Okay. So our conversation today is the Drizzle Drizzle movement, a life guide to building self-worth. Now, this Drizzle Drizzle thing, this is a TikTok thing, I guess, right? So I got hit to the Drizzle Drizzle from TikTok, and I followed the rabbit hole, and I see what men are talking about, and I get it. Just like I understood sprinkle. I understood or understand Drizzle Drizzle. Drizzle Drizzle is the other side of sprinkle. They both represent dating strategies, right? Sprinkle represents a dating strategy, and Drizzle Drizzle represents a dating strategy. Everybody should be getting what they deserve, and if I'm going to mess with a man, this is how it's going to be. And if I mess with a woman, this is how it's going to be. Everyone is focused on quality of dating. Where I differ, though, is I focus on quality of life. There's all these dating strategies, right? I'm more focused on life strategies. So even though I understand sprinkle, and I understand Drizzle Drizzle as dating strategies, the problem is it centers both males and females and has nothing to do with personal development. Sprinkle, Drizzle Drizzle. Drizzle Drizzle is the rise of the soft guy era. That sounds a little strange, but I'll rock with it. It's the rise of the soft guy era, but it's only a soft guy era when it has to do with engaging with the woman. Basically, the Drizzle Drizzle thing is the opposite of women's, what their demand. So it's men demanding to be soft now, right? It's men demanding that they be catered to, and the same thing women say men want now, right? From women. I don't know if it's satire, I don't know if it's serious, right? But it's the soft guy era. But it only applies when it comes to women. So what happens if you remove the women? Is it still a soft guy era? What does Drizzle Drizzle look like with no women around? Does it still work? Or is Drizzle Drizzle, it only hits when dealing with women? Well, what about when it's guys together? Is there a Drizzle Drizzle? Right? Is there a Drizzle Drizzle when it comes to a young male talking to a man in terms of mentorships? Does the older guy drizzle the younger guy? No diddy. That sounded crazy, but no diddy. You know what I mean, though. That sounded crazy. I got to flip that around. All right. Does Drizzle Drizzle hit when it comes to dudes being vulnerable with each other? Right? Because you know guys don't go to the doctors. So when we're talking to our male companions, our male friends, does Drizzle Drizzle still apply? Like, hey, bro, I'm down bad, right? I'm broke, right? Can you put me on to something? Or I'm going through something with my wife. I'm going through something with my health. I'm going through something tough in the process of, I'm not hustling no more. and now I'm trying to make legal money, or I had to downgrade the car and now I'm riding in a bucket. I had to downgrade the crib and now I'm living differently. Can I share that with my homies without them thinking any less of me? Or does drizzle drizzle only matter when women are around? Because when I think of soft guy era, understand this is all that shit sounds crazy, right? The rise of the soft guy era. I understand it's satire, you know, a counter to sprinkle. But first of all, why do you care about women's demands? This is a different set of guys that are living now where everything a woman says, a man is affected by it. Women say they don't need men. Men lose their shit. Women say they don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. Men lose their shit. Everything women say, men are responding to that. Women say sprinkle, sprinkle. Now dudes say drizzle, drizzle. How do you have so much time to listen to what women are talking about? You don't have to deal with women at all. You don't have to go to Colombia. You don't have to deal with American women. You can really actually be celibate. You can keep your money in your pocket. You don't have to have kids as a man. You don't have to give a woman money. You don't have to pay a woman's bills. You don't have to do anything. You can choose other things. You know that, right? There's other things in life to choose other than women. You know this, right? Right? But you haven't cut the umbilical cord. You haven't cut the mommy, look at me on the bike. So when you get a promotion at the job, you need to run and celebrate it with the woman, right? You come back from war, you want to feel something soft. You want to feel the woman, right? Your life is meaningless unless you can share it with a woman, and that's your flaw. That's your problem. You can't just put numbers on the board for your own glory because you can. You can't max out on your potential without the validation of a woman saying, go daddy, without a woman topping you off, right? Without the thought of a woman giving you sexual access, you don't want to build, right? That gives the woman hella power. So now you have to come with drizzle drizzle because you give your power away, right? Because you think that you have to have kids. You think you have to be married. You think, meanwhile, women consider a world without men. A dude will never consider that. That is very interesting because you haven't done the shadow work of being used. Go build society, right? Oh, I'm a protector and a provider. Are you for yourself? So when I think of soft guy era, I'm thinking like, okay, a guy's going to now start protecting and providing for himself. What does that look like? What does a guy look like to protect and provide for himself? Meaning, number one, protect your eyes and your ears. In a male circle, we talk so much about a woman's body count and judge her what she lets in her body. Cool. By the same standard, what do you let in your ears? What do you let in your mouth? What do you let in your eyes? How is a woman with a high body count different than a dude that watches No Jumper all day? What's the difference between them? Right? Is it the she has a womb, right? We talk about energy going in there and energy being stored in there. Cool. What happens to the things that a man listens to? What happens to the things that a man sees? Where does it go? Isn't it stored? So tell me that there's a reaction from women having a lot of bodies, right? So her body is affected by that, right? But there's no reaction to a dude playing Call of Duty. There's no reaction to a dude playing Grand Theft Auto. There's no reaction listening to music that have spin that shit, spin that check, spin that shit and get it right back. No new friends, no new friends, no new friends, right? These are chants over and over. I'm smoking on a such and such pack, right? Death music all day long, right? Then follow that up with a soda, right? Then follow that up with meat, right? So what's the difference between the woman's womb with a lot of bodies and the man's ears and eyes, right? If she's judged on that she doesn't have no discernment on who she sleeps with, then how is it different when you as a guy will eat anything, watch anything, listen to anything? Aren't these all gateways the same as the womb, or no? So when I'm thinking about soft guy error, right? I'm thinking about, damn, now a guy will treat himself better with women not around. Making your own doctor's appointments, going to get a physical, checking on your dental, right? Making sure that you're okay. When I think of soft guy error, women don't come to mind. When I think of soft guy error, I think of, man, I'm about to go to the Grand Canyon, take a journal and write. I'm about to think about myself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, right? What do I look like at 60? Start to consider being an elder. When I think about soft guy error, it has nothing to do with women. You know what I think about? I think about apologizing to my body for all the raw sex that I had with total strangers. When I think about soft guy error, I think about forgiving myself for putting myself in these crazy seasons that didn't benefit me. I think about where I put my money and how I wasn't being a good steward over my finances. When I think about soft guy error, it has nothing to do with a woman giving me anything. A woman is not even in the picture. When I think about soft guy error, if you're really gonna drizzle, right? If you're really gonna do that and be and know your worth, why is a woman in the middle of it? Move the woman out the way and look yourself in the mirror as a man and apologize to your hands. Cutting up dope, right? Apologize to your fingers for banging, right? Apologize for the lies you told to yourself about how you was unworthy, about how you was too dark, about how you wasn't short enough, about how people only like a man for what he could give, and apologize to yourself for being a victim. Apologize for making excuses when you could have showed up, but you was just scared. When I think about soft guy error, and I'm like, what? I'm like, this is a movement and a moment for guys to really give a damn. When I think about soft guy era, I'm like, wow, is this a period where men value other men? Because it's interesting that men only value men when we're trying to convince women about their standards. When you listen to these podcasts, men sell the greatness of other men to women, but then men go kill men. If a woman says that she stuck 100 dildos in her twat, we won't say anything. If she says she slept with 100 women, we won't say anything. But if she slept with 100 men, now her value is low. What did that then? Her value is low because a man touched her. This is what men think about other men. Men hate men. So when I'm thinking about Drizzle Drizzle, I'm like, wow, is it a time where men can appreciate the beauty of other men? Oh no, that's gay. Right, because you can only give another man half props, or it's no homo, right? I can only comment on a man's sneakers, right? I can only comment on a man's clothing, right? But when it goes a little further than that, then it's gay. But let me be on a podcast with a room full of women. I'm going to tell the women how great men are and why they should need them. Do men need men, though? When is the conversation going to be a group of men telling each other how much we appreciate each other? Because men can only give props to dead men. You can only give props to Napoleon and George Washington. See, that ain't gay. You can only give props to men that are dead. But if you give too much props to men that are living, then it's gay. But let a room full of women be there, and then, man, men are great. Men built society. Men created all this. Where's that same energy when a man has a gun pointed at another man? All these world wars fought, men killing other men. So we don't look at each other the way we want women to look at men. So, because Drizzle Drizzle to me would be a moment in time where all the guys stop and be like, hey, bro, I don't want to take your damn life. Hey, bro, I'm not going to judge you because how much money you got. Hey, bro, I'm not going to judge you because of your car. I'm not going to judge you because of superficial shit. I'm going to judge you because, yo, I seen what you did for that old lady over there. You didn't have to do that. I'm going to judge you on other metrics. Let me stop being so hard on you, right? Let the rich man stop being so hard on the poor man. Let the Muslim man stop being so hard on the Christian man. Let the Christian man stop being so hard on the atheist man. But let the women come around. And we're going to tell women how they should appreciate men. Drizzle Drizzle is only important because you don't like what women are saying. But remove women from the equation. There's no such thing as Drizzle Drizzle because there is something deep down inside of most men where you hate yourself. All of the movies that are about the future are dystopian. There is a chip inside of the man's mind that is about self-destruction. Even the religion that you believe in, you believe that you're cursed. You believe that you are born evil. You are born wrong, right? And then a creator has to sacrifice his son to make you straight because there's something inherently wrong with you. Look at the psychology of the guy. But when women say they don't need a man, it's like, oh shit, what? Why would someone want a group of people that inherently believe they're cursed? All men are born evil. I didn't see that when my baby was born. I didn't see that. When my child was born, when my male child was born, I didn't look at him as a baby in sin. I would never follow a deity that doesn't want me to win. And I got to keep sacrificing shit. Abraham sacrificing his son to show loyalty. Job minding his business and the creator picking on him. Look at the psychology of even the deity you worship. The deity you worship don't like men. You don't like men, but you want women to like men. Drizzle Drizzle should be an appreciation of men. Remove the women. Men appreciate each other, right? If men build civilization, this is what y'all say. If men are the creators of all this shit, why would you kill the creator? Why would you diss the creator? Y'all say a girl is born with value. A guy gotta earn his value. Who's making those rules? Guys, you're saying that the girl has more value than the guy. Dudes are saying that because you value the sexual aspect of the female. Meanwhile, you look at the male in pure disgust. Drizzle Drizzle should be a movement of men being softer to each other. Y'all don't understand that you are complaining to women about the rules that men created. You can't wear pink because men said so. Right? You can't dance a certain type of way because other men said so. Right? So men are a prisoner in the rules that other men create. Your creativity is policed by other men. Other men make it hard for you to get money. Other men make it hard for you to get a house. Other men make it hard for you to get power. But you tell the women, drizzle, drizzle. Drizzle, drizzle should be a moment of atonement. The soft guy era should be a moment where men around the world take a second to step back and let's look at our moves. Let's look at how we approach life. Drizzle Drizzle should be a moment where men go outside. Now, dudes will say, I'm outside. Not in nature, though. When you study ancient people, you see a very closeness to the earth, right? You see people walking barefoot, right? That's grounding. You see people named after elements and animals. In native culture, there would be somebody named dances with wolves or runs with lightning. There was a reverence to nature, right? Ancient human beings did not worship heroes. The decline of man is when man has to create heroes. David, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Achilles, Hercules. That's hero worship, right? And because of hero worship, even Jesus, Muhammad, because of hero worship, we have no connection to nature. So much so that if someone shows reverence to nature, what's natural, right? The trees, the air, the water, fire, sun, the moon, rain, right? Things that man didn't create. If a person shows reverence to that, you call them devil. We call what's natural devil, right? And we call the hero worship divine and God, and we're patriots. Drizzle Drizzle should be you going back home. You have men say, right? You have men say, I don't believe in astrology. Astrology is not a belief. The stars represent a clock. This is how people told time before, right? But the same individuals don't believe in the stars, but they believe in a calendar, right, that we use, which is a Gregorian calendar after Pope Gregory, right? This is man creating time, where a day starts at nighttime. But if I tell somebody in the age of Aquarius or the Pisces or Leo, they'll say they don't believe that. But July is after Julius Caesar. August is after Augustus. Have you done the knowledge to the months of the year? Do you know many of them are related to Roman deities? But if I tell you, when those stars are in that position, people born at that specific time, when those stars are in that position, have a specific behavior, you would think I'm crazy. You would think I'm more crazy if I told you the reason why people know that is because human beings been in this form for millions of years. You would think I'm crazy. Because your timeline of humanity is 6,000, 10,000 years, and that's only because you follow a European tradition where when the white man looks back in the past, he can't see himself. It goes back to a monkey. Trust me, if those bones being dug up out the ground was a white man, their history would go back trillions of years, but they keep digging, and every time they dig, it gets darker. What does that have to do anything? That's all drizzle drizzle, because it's man, know thyself. Know where you're going, man. Know where you came from, man. Right? Know thyself. Personal development is not just looking in the mirror. It's also looking in nature to see yourself. Right? That's drizzle drizzle. Notice, I ain't even talking about women. They're nowhere around. Right? Because your existence has nothing to do with what women are doing. I don't care who they date. I don't care if they wind up alone. I don't care about their decisions. They are autonomous. They could do what they want to do, and it's not your job to police women. It's not your job to give them law. It's not your job to tell them what to do with their womb. It's not your job. That ain't drizzle drizzle. Drizzle drizzle is live and let die. If a guy loves himself too much, there's a reason why, it's my opinion. There's a reason why a lot of straight dudes speak on gay guys a lot. There's a reason for that. It's because when you look at the gay guy, he is hella free. I'm not talking about if you agree with their lifestyle. It's hella free. Does whatever he wants with his hair. Right? completely living his truth. What is the quickest way to bring a straight male down? Expose his sexual secrets. Well, the gay guy doesn't have that. He's living out in the open, right? So the straight guy can be blackmailed because of his proclivities. That is only because men created a standard to where we have to agree on each other how we have sex with a woman. It better be a certain kind of missionary from the back, and that's it. Don't do too much, right? You don't have no agency over your body. The bros have to agree with how you're sleeping with a woman. Who made those rules? Meanwhile, a Uzi Vert comes along, skipping and shit, wearing a Birkin bag, and dudes are like, "Oh man, I can't let my son watch that," and all. But what you're upset about is he's free. And because we are under a Iceman psychology, we don't like free things. We don't like things that are free. We must put things in cages. We must put exotic birds in cages. We must put free animals in cages. We must put women in cages. Men see other men free, immediately shame on them. You're doing too much. That ain't how a man acts. Be stoic. No emotions. Right? These are the rules that men create. And for real, take women out of the picture. How do dudes benefit from patriarchy? Yes, I said it. How do you benefit? Take a woman out of the picture. What's the benefits? The benefit is at the top. How do you benefit though? That's how much you center pussy, where you only like patriarchy because it comes with the woman. Remove the woman, how do you benefit from patriarchy? You don't. The Rockefeller does. The DuPont does. The Kennedy does. How do you benefit though? The Crown does. How do you benefit? The Pope does. How do you benefit though? The Medici does. How do you benefit though? What do you get from it? Your reward was the bare minimum, which was some sex. That's what you're kicking and screaming over. You ain't getting in-house like you think you should. That's the bare minimum of life, yo. So, women doing everything to get free. You have other guys doing everything to get free. And because of this is the fall of Western civilization. The fall of Western civilization is people wanting to be free. Free from certain systems. Free from religious dogma. Free from certain type of dating dynamics. And you kick and scream because of the freedom, right? When I think of soft guy era, I think of men trying to get free. Don't you want to get free, bro? Don't you want to have your own style, your own individuality? You don't got to listen to rap. You don't got to play basketball or football. You don't got to do none of this shit they say you got to do. You don't got to do none of that. You don't want to get free? You're going to waste your soft guy era on conversations about dating? Have you ever went to a spa and got a facial? You ever went to a field with some books and took yourself on a picnic? You ever dated yourself as a guy? Listen to the question. Have you ever dated yourself as a guy? Date yourself. The same way you would court a woman. Have you ever courted yourself? Did you know that even exists? Do you know there's other side of you as a guy that needs nourishment? Do you know there are other rewards for you as a guy that have nothing to do with a woman sleeping with you? You know this, right? There is a whole world out there that many men don't even know exist because you cannot see past a woman, what a woman is saying, what the gay man is saying, it's a war on masculinity. How you gonna war on something that's abstract as hell? It's not even a thing. You can't touch masculinity. It's not real. It's abstract, right? Testosterone does not produce masculinity, just like estrogen does not produce femininity. There cannot be a war on something that is abstract, right? But that is the psychology that many men have, this doomsday psychology where you think people are trying to take all your rights, where you think somebody is trying to do something to you. The God you serve don't even like you. And with that being said, the soft guy era begins and ends with, oh, now you're going to make a woman pay. That's the first time y'all thought about that? Y'all ain't never had a woman do nothing for you? So you needed TikTok and the internet and women talking shit for you to be like, man, I'm tired of paying for women. They gonna pay for me now. A woman has never done nothing for you. See, y'all never had a girl like you. Check this out. Put this on your pipe and smoke it. Have you ever considered that maybe, just maybe, women are talking about men the way they are because men are easy? Have you ever thought about that? Men are easy to get. So this is why a woman can say, and can have 10 kids and be like, I could get a millionaire. Why would she think that? Because guys are easy, right? Men are not hard to get. Clearly, right? Since men are not hard to get, and every single day a dude is trying to sleep with a woman, what do you think they think about that shit? And oftentimes, the dude that is trying to sleep with her, she does not like. Do you know women can have sex with dudes they don't like? Just like guys can, right? Right? We both could do that, right? But oftentimes women are getting dick applications from a guy they don't want. Okay, so multiply that by 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. That is going to leave a bad taste in your mouth towards the opposite sex. Every time a woman goes out, a dude is in her face. Why would women value something where every single day they have access to it? The average woman does not even know what it's like to be turned down for sex. A guy does, though, right? So the average woman has never been turned down for real. Okay. That's why they can go celibate for hella long, because they know at any given time they can get a dude. Your rebuttal would be, well, not the guy that they want. That's y'all leverage. This is why they come up with the unicorn guy. because you get so used to seeing this version of dude. When I realized that, I was like, oh shit, I don't want to be that. Let me slow it down. The average woman gets hit on every day. Outside, in her DM, cool, they're used to it. But you build up a tolerance after so long, and you start to look at the other gender kind of like, because you're easy to get. Right? But then men will tell women, men always know these good guys, these good men, these scenarios and shit. Right? Look, most guys are so common that even the example men give about men, it's always, men, well, if you see a guy on the side of the road flipping signs, why you won't give him a chance? Like, look at the examples of guys, right? Look at the example of guys that guys talk about, right? It's always, you want women to accept a dude you would not even hang out with. Men judge other men. You think women, I see men call each other big bro off a car. Nigga pull up in a certain car, everybody run out the barbershop and go fuck the car. Floyd Mayweather get in the club, it's dudes going over there more than women. You 10 years older than him and call him big bro because of a car. So when you talk to women, your measurement if she's a good woman is if she will accept a dude that you would not even hang out with. The dudes on the podcast would not hang out with the dudes in the comment section. Kevin Samuels would not hang out with the dudes that he's telling women to date. You wouldn't even hang out with them. Why you want women to want them, right? Moral of the story, guys don't value guys like that, right? So why would women hold men in a higher light than men do? The only time that men hold men up is when it is a gender war conversation and you want a woman to accept a man that you will kill, that you dislike. When I think of Drizzle Drizzle, I think of, man, I really know some guys that are suffering to make the transition turning 40 and 45 because their dads didn't leave them anything. When I think of Drizzle Drizzle, I think about the guys that I know that was getting money in the street and it dried up. And now they gotta do some legal shit. But they've been playing the streets their whole life. Right? I think about dudes with that can't vote because they got F's on their jacket. When I think about Drizzle Drizzle, I think about guys that was sexually active with older women and don't nobody talk about that shit. Right? I think about guys, I think about myself, I think about other dudes when we were young, older women was asking to see our private and we thought that was normal. And you can't even bring it up because other women don't even know how to feel. When I think of Drizzle Drizzle, I think about how men are objectified, the same way they objectify women to their body, how a dude is objectified for money, where a sucker with money has more value than a real man that won't get bent over. But the issue is he ain't got a lot of dough. I think about that. When I think of Drizzle Drizzle, I think of men being compassionate to each other for 24 hours. When I think of Drizzle Drizzle, I think of men protecting and providing for themselves. A guy's identity is based on his sacrifice for his country, his sacrifice for a woman and other people, but his manhood is not based on self-care. It is not self-care meeting a chick for the first time and having sex with her with no condom. That's not self-care. I wasn't taught not to do that. My friends wasn't taught not to do that. When I think of the soft guy era, I think of guys saying it's okay to have boundaries, right? The same boundaries women create, it is totally fine that men create those same boundaries. When you see a live stream where women saying they don't like men and this, that, and you don't have to go in that chat. You don't have to be mad at the 4B movement. You don't have to be mad at women saying they don't want a man. Support that shit. What's wrong with that? I don't give a damn about human beings living 5,000 years from now. People don't even care about the people now, so miss me with that shit. A woman don't want to have a baby, support that. You know why? Because you don't like the children here now. Miss me with that shit. Right? Y'all told women to choose better. What does it look like for a man to choose better? And I ain't talking about a choice that involves a woman. I'm talking about drinking Still Reserve, drinking low-tier alcohol, destroying your damn liver, right? I'm talking about why are you eating fast food over and over, right? I'm talking about why do you hang in that environment? Why do you get a new car and go show it off to those people? Why do you get a glow up and go back there? We tell women to choose better. Well, what does it like when we do that? We can't even give an example. Women need to choose better. Okay, show her what that look like. Be the genuine article. Because this is the season where don't run your mouth. Show your work. What does it look like to have sexual discipline? To tell women that they shouldn't have a high body count? Why? Because it carries energies. And so when men sleep with women, we don't get nothing? None of her energy, huh? No. That's not right and exact. The woman having agency to her sexuality represents freedom. And you have to do the shadow work as a guy to love freedom, right? A free woman is not a threat, just like a free eagle is not a threat, just like a free society is not a threat, right? The average man don't want freedom for all. You just want for yourself, but not the world. But it don't work like that. Because in order for you to be free, you have to take your hand off of shit and allow it to flow. So when I think of Drizzle Drizzle, I think of rethinking about all of how we move, right? I think about leaning into our age and being okay to get older, right? leaning into being an elder. When I think about Drizzle Drizzle, I think about do away with hero worship. I don't look at the Bible and think that's somewhere else. When I read about David, that's me. When I read about Noah, that's me. This is an allegory based on shit that's going on in my life. How I'm gonna scale this next business is my Goliath. Being in a fish's mouth for 3 days, that is an example of me detoxing or being low for 3 months or 3 years and getting my ass up again. Right? The story of Noah is I told everybody about the internet and now it's here. You really reading that shit thinking that's 3,000 years ago? Right? Why would I read stories of the children of Israel somewhere else when niggas were slaves here? Right? We got our own stories. No heroes. Right? Because if you're not the main character in the story, what you doing? It's storytelling for you to see yourself in it. Man, know thyself. Look out to look in. Look in to look out. You must look up at the stars. You must look at nature because that's you. Right? You must get in your real bag because, when you get the money, then what? You buy a car. Then what? You get a house. Then what? Another car. Another house. Then what? You seen one beach. You seen them all. You had sex with one baddie. You had sex with them all. Then what? Then what? You're going to have to go get in your bag. Right? And you're going to have to do the hardest thing that a guy doesn't want to do. You're going to have to let women go. Because I understand the ideal drizzle drizzle, but it's only responding to sprinkle sprinkle. If they never said sprinkle sprinkle, dudes would never be about drizzle drizzle. But the women are saying this and what they're saying, and they're delusional. So were the Wright brothers. To be American takes a little bit of delusion. Isn't faith evidence of things not seen? Having trust and a belief in something that you would like to happen, but you're not quite sure, and it looks impossible, but you have faith, right? What's the difference between a woman saying she want a high value man? She might not get it. So what? The fact that a lot of dudes even are triggered by that, you down bad. But it's messing up the community. What community? When I think of soft guy era, let me tell you what the community is for me. You see these? You see this? See this? This is my community, right? This is the only community that matters. Community is common unity. You need to get your hands on the same page as your feet. You need to get your feet on the same page as your hands. You need to get your arms on the same page as your legs. You need to get your mind on the same page as your heart. You need to get your eyes on the same page as your ears, right? So you're clicking on all cylinders, right? That's the community. This is your community. Your body is your community. Get that shit straight. Get that shit straight. Because if you get this straight, it does not matter what women are talking about. because your community is straight. There's only one community. It ain't the black community. It ain't the white community. It ain't the Asian community. It's the me community. It's the you community. There's only one community, and it's here. It's your heart. It's your eyes. It's your ears. It's the things you say. It's how you treat your body. It's your views of the world. When you die, the community dies. There's only one community. And how women pop their pussy, whatever they do, don't got nothing to do with your community. Drizzle Drizzle should be men being soft and producing for themselves. Detox, healing, personal development, forgiveness, self-love, self-discovery, self-esteem. Drizzle Drizzle is not running a train on a chick, yo. What we did 20 years ago, we don't do that now. That ain't cool, right? Because you have a respect and a love for yourself where you ain't trying to do that. You ain't passing a chick back and forth like that. You ain't doing that. You ain't eating that. You ain't listening to that. You creating a boundary. You have a standard. Everything top shelf. You know when it's time to sit your ass down. You know when it's time to speak up. You know when it's time to go. You are really doing the work as a guy, and it has nothing to do with a woman. So they can say sprinkle, sprinkle. They can say where they deserve to eat at. So what? You don't have to watch the content. Right? Because let me tell you something. If a chick like you, all that shit out the window. You don't gotta say drizzle drizzle if a chick likes you. Right? If a chick likes you, she knows what you like without telling her. You know how women be paying attention to detail, right? So as you're talking, if a chick really like you, she's like listening to that shit, right? But a lot of guys, you haven't even put yourself in a position to be liked by a woman because niggas stay in women's faces. So you haven't even got yourself in a position to be liked. Right? And when a woman likes you, she don't like you for your job. That's not like. She playing the game. Right? When a woman likes you, she sees shit in you, you don't even know. You gonna be questioning her about what she sees in you, and you're gonna, I know how this movie goes. You're gonna, when a woman really likes you, you're going to try to run away from that shit because she's going to like things about you that you're going to feel insecure about her liking, because it ain't going to have nothing to do with no money. I'm talking about the real human connect. That still exists. Don't get it twisted. Don't allow all the noise outside. There is still a world, even though it may be small, it exists where people really get into each other. Don't listen to the doom and gloom. But you would never know that exists if you don't put yourself in a position where somebody can like you, right? Hobbies, being interesting, knowing a lot. Knowing a little about a lot instead of a lot about a little, right? Stepping out of your comfort zone, being more tolerant about the world. A lot of dudes are always so in protest about things, and you don't like this and you don't like that. That is aging you. Every day you talking about what you don't like about life, what you don't like about the world. You are in constant conflict. You see people enjoying themselves. Oh man, they're just sheep. Oh, the government's gonna take it away. Oh, you got a conspiracy theory every day, and the world's gonna end. And yo, nobody want to be around that shit. People want to be around people that are bouncy. People want to be around people that are fun. People want to be around people that are tolerant, that have great attitudes and smile and can be goofy. And yo, you a guy, I want that for you. When the last time you was goofy? Right? When the last time you had fun? When the last time you laughed hysterically and you didn't mind how people thought about you? I don't know about you, but I'm not going to spend my life not laughing hysterically and having a great time. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life and the rest of my summers and the rest of my winters trapped in the systems of men that came out the ice. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life with this big ass expectation that when I see a woman, she got to smile. Right? And what she does has anything to do with me. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life thinking that the system is out to take something from me and I'm being hunted and because we're talking about soft guy era, right? Right. So soft guy era is healing. Soft guy era is detoxing. Soft guy era is personal development. Soft guy era is forgiveness. Right? Not for what people did to you. I got to forgive myself for what I've done to people. I am not innocent. Right? And before I nail somebody else to the cross, right? Have the things that people did to me, have I also did those same things? I got to forgive myself for that. Right? Because even though it was a violation to them, I was trespassing on myself. So when I'm talking drizzle, drizzle, my shit look way different than other guys. Because even though I think women are amazing, women are dope, women are great, I don't give a damn about their beauty. I don't give a damn about their body. Women don't have power over me. I'm not trying to control them. I don't need them, right? Right? I am traveling and I will share with people that is on my journey with me. Woman, man, women don't owe me nothing. I am free. The reason why I am free is because I want free women too. Free to make your decisions, free to ruin your life, free to do drugs, free to be a hoe, free to be a housewife, free to be in the government. You free to play basketball. You are free to terminate life. You are free to be a mother. You are free to do everything. I want that for you, sis, because my soft guy era is I am free to not protect nobody if I don't want to. I am free to not to give nobody nothing if I don't want to. I am free not to talk to nobody if I don't want to. I am free to just read my books. I'm free to go to the damn beach and just play a damn banjo, or I am free to be a hero and jump in front of a bullet for somebody. I am free to grab a cat out of the tree from somebody. I am free to wrap my arms fully around a woman and say nobody can touch her hands off. Right? whatever the day is, you know? If you're really going to be about drizzle drizzle, right? Put yourself at the center of it. And there's some real work that you have to do as a dude to fix certain things. Certain things was pre-coded in you from a old world that doesn't exist. So you have to remove certain programming, right? The programming that your body is disposable, the programming that you don't matter, the programming that it is your job to save humanity, the hero worship, right? That is from a time that doesn't exist anymore, and people use that against you to build their world, right? The reason why the 1% enjoy the reality that they do is because they needed brave and courageous guys at the bottom um, to do a lot of heavy lifting, and their uh, uh, the reward that they had for you was a woman that lost her freedom, right? So that was the trade-off. The trade-off was build this world for very rich people, right? Very these people from powerful bloodlines. In exchange, we will reduce the woman from her true position in life and in the world, and we will give her to you, right? And then we'll create coverture, right? And we'll take folklore and mythology, and we'll make the man the first human, and the woman comes out of his rib, and we'll create a world based on phallic worship and put you at the center of it at her expense, right? If you really a bro and you really a friend, even if a woman is willing to give you her whole world, her womb, her life, right? If she gives it to you because she's in a reduced role, if she gives it to you because she's destitute, if she gives it to you because she is a perpetual slavery or some type of shame, if she gives it to you, it ain't real choice, right? Free her and then see if she gives you that. It hits different, right? Trust me, it hits different. You want her to be same with you, right? You don't want to be in a relationship with a woman, you're here and she's here. You got a lot, she got a little, right? Because however she is to you, that ain't a real choice. Put her right here to you, with you. Then see if she still calls you. Let her have a car, you have a car. You have a house, she has a house. You got abundance, she got abundance. Then see if she still calls. Let her have access to other guys just like you, right? Let her experience the world that you experience and see if she calls. See if she's on you. The feeling is way different, right? The feeling is way different. And her freedom will allow you to experience something about yourself that you didn't even know existed, right? So drizzle, drizzle, the soft guy era, for it to truly work, you must be soft to yourself. I don't know if you're still here, but this was a minute ago. Shout out to JP, drop 20 on me. earlier. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. And shout out to Mary, you know what I'm saying? Been rocking with the kid for hella long. Appreciate you, love. And I appreciate everybody that pulled up. And I hope that everybody is trying to live a soft life. And there's nothing wrong with that because life comes with its trials and tribulations. And times where you can be soft, be that way, right? Because we know that tomorrow is uncertain and we know, you can get a call that you just lost somebody and no 2 days are alike. So if you have the opportunity to be soft, if you have an opportunity to be still, if you have an opportunity to rest, if you have an opportunity to feel something, do that shit, right? Because you're never going to be this young and you never know. Life is so tricky. However you are now, right? Things can happen tomorrow in your life to where you struggle just to get back to where you are now, right? You take that seriously because this might be the best time of your life and you don't even know it. And shit happens in life to where you take a loss and realize today, damn, you had everything. You had the man, you had the woman, you had the baby, you had the car, you had the job, you had all the shit that you pray for, right? And don't get sick and then have to realize that, and don't take an L and then have to realize that, or don't let life happen and then you have to realize that 2 years from now, this situation that you was in now, you was there, right? So live the soft guy era, and if there's anybody that I can help on the journey and be an accountability partner for you on the soft guy path, even though I was talking to men, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that I can assist on the personal development journey, go ahead and put yourself on my calendar. Let me help you with your game. Let me help you with your perspective. Let me help you with your life. Let me help you with the personal development. And let me be a toolbox in your life that you have access to. Because personal development and self-improvement is nothing left, right? So remember, I know that you see everything going on in Israel. You see wars around the world. The only war is the war of the mind, right? All wars are really from here up above the neck, right? If you are fighting a war and it leaves your mind, you lost, okay? All wars are mental. Much respect to you. Much respect. Even if you wish me the opposite, sooner or later we will all see who